We're going to go ahead and talk about concepts 101 in this video. I don't think I've ever made a video like this, so let's go ahead and break it down. All right, so the first type of concept we're going to be covering is probably the most known one, and that's the one that you've probably been seeing all over your burner, and it's going to be the stitch concept, right? And so this has been a thing since the dawn of like time, but usually people like to use it for their products, right? Specifically organic dropshippers, right? And recently we've been seeing a big influx of these because people like to go ahead and abuse them a little bit when it comes to literally lying about cow farms, people acting like they're homeless, but they're really not, and almost kind of scamming people, right? So I would definitely stay away from these type of stitches, but I'm going to go ahead and show you like a good variation of a stitch you can go ahead and implement for your product, right? And again, there's different severities to stitches, right? There's the really messed up ones, right? People acting like they got cancer and that they need to raise money for their treatment, or the people that actually use it in a correct way to actually market their product correctly, right? So I'm going to go ahead, show you an example of how to actually do it the correct way. Take a look right here.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again.
So just like that, right? We're not seeing anything messed up. We're not seeing people with cancer trying to raise money. It's a simple stitch clip, right? We're almost kind of adding some hype to the product by saying that, hey, you know, Lego just released these new flower advent calendar sets, right? With then a stitch clip of Ed Sheeran going ahead and giving it out, right? And then we do a full unboxing of the advent calendar, making it very seasonal. And again, there's nothing messed up here. So again, this is a good way to actually use stitch clips for your product, but we're not lying, we're not raising fake money or impersonating any sort of person that is literally down bad, right? So again, this is going to be a very good example of how you can go ahead and use stitch clips for your product. And again, it has to make sense, right? You're not going to have a grandpa, right, marketing a goth product because it doesn't make sense. Why is there an 80-year-old, you know, buying like a blanket that has to do with like a band that just came out a year ago? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like a grandpa listening to Little Baby. The guy's like 90 years old. It doesn't make sense. The stitch or the avatar, right, should relate to your target niche, right, and the product that you're selling. So like I mentioned, the bare minimum you could do is if you're running a goth product, add a goth girl like this guy did. That's good. But don't add a 90-year-old grandpa, you know, selling F1 products. It doesn't make sense, right? So again, this is going to be stitch.